Welcome everyone to the start of tonight's D2CL action. Burden United up against Team Empire. Now this should be a good one. Burden United 2-0ing NIP and then losing 2-0 to BBC, which was quite surprising since they're a new squad. They've got a lot of old school players, but let's see what they can do against Empire, who are some pretty strong favourites right now. Head over to the draft, find out what we're dealing with, and welcome in Nahaz. What's going on, man?
Not too much, man. You're killing me a little. I had exams to grade. I had applications to read. And you're like, hey, you want to cast Empire versus Burden? I can't turn this down. This should be a really, really fun series. You know, like you said, NIP is actually the only team to beat Empire this month. They are 14-1. They have looked like absolute buzzsaws as they have throughout the entirety of 6.83. And all of a sudden, Burden shows up and 2-0's NIP the other day out of nowhere and gives us what should be a really compelling matchup.
Well, yeah, they dropped, was it Sexy Bambo, and now they brought in Solskjaer, because he's obviously, parted ways with effing Mad, who is still yet to announce where he's going, but there are some people who, have estimated or guessed where he's going to end up. But Team Empire, they've been so strong recently. We saw them the other day without resolution, and it looked like, they were missing one of the main factors why they are so dominant right now. Rezo does give them quite a lot of their in-game calls. Overall, the team does make decisions on their own, but those small little calls in team fights where, go on this guy, make that movement towards him, they were definitely missing him. The second game we saw, Resolution came back in, and he was, straight in there.
Look, make no mistake, Resolution is the core of the team right now. And it's interesting to me that Team Empire right now is playing a lot like EG did when they had Arteezy. Resolution is generally the one that is getting farming priority over Silent, which actually works really well for them because if you remember, Silent way back in his career was originally a support player. And so he has a very wide hero pool. He's comfortable moving around the map, doing a lot of different things, and he's playing a lot like Fear did. When Arteezy was getting ridiculous farming priority for EG, he's comfortable starting off in lane, getting a lot of farm in lane, and then transitioning to more of a playmaking role. But very strong openings for both teams. Team Empire is 11-1 with Earthshaker in this patch. It'll be Aloha Dance on that hero, almost certainly. And you can make a very good argument. They have two of the top 5 Magnus players in the world in Yoki and Resolution. Resolution had just a commanding performance on Magnus the other week. But Yoki actually has the highest number of heroes hit per cast of RP on average in this patch. So very, very commanding with this hero.
Oh yeah, and if they can pick it up in the first one too, why not, seriously? Yoki's also been playing some pretty unusual offlane heroes. We've seen him play safe lane Lina, technically offlane in a 1v1 against Puck, but bringing out Pudge and Sand King, which really are not seen at all.
Yeah, that was a really fun match yesterday when we got to see an offlane Pudge going up against Navi. So Dendi facing Pudge, and that was a lot of fun. They managed to pull out the win in that match. But let's not overlook Burden United. Sniper and Venge, one of the strongest 1-2 combos in the pro game right now. And Sniper was the hero that they used to win in the second game against NIP the other day. Necroman went 10-2-14 on that hero, just dominated from start to finish. But Team Empire are going with what's worked for them this patch. Always Want to Fly is 11-0 on Dazzle. And when you look at what Dazzle brings to the table, he just fits so well in this current meta. There's such a heavy emphasis on physical damage. Weave gives you that armor and armor reduction. And Shadow Wave, don't forget, Shadow Wave is physical. So Dazzle, especially with the PA, man, Empire, this is a strong, strong draft from them.
Yeah, it's bloody amazing. When you couple that up with PA also giving you more physical damage, just keep going back to that. Plus, Empower from Magnus. You cannot underestimate that. Giving Empower to a PA, that means she doesn't need to go Battle Fury early. She can go straight into stat items. But Empire with Earthshaker and Dazzle, these are like their 2 favorite support heroes. You have this holding role Earthshaker that can support mid lane, can move around making openings anywhere on the map really, and then Dazzle can sit behind the PA, make sure that there's no aggressive movement from heroes like Batrider.
Yeah, you're probably going to see Resolution on the Phantom Assassin. That's what they've done in their last couple of games. Silent has played PA in this patch, but it's been about a month, and they lost his last 2 appearances on PA. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that you'll see the PA mid with Yoki Magnus in the off lane. Again, though, the Batrider Vengeful Spirit combination. I mean, PPD talked about this combo in his DAC draft analysis videos. This combo is about 67% in 6.83. The heroes are both around 52, 54% individually. And the sniper troll, another combination that's just gotten a huge amount of play recently. I'd go ahead and guess that it is going to be Necroman again on sniper in the mid lane. We'll probably see Sing Sing on the safe lane, troll warlord, and go ahead and see Sakshka on the offlane Batrider. And Sakshka, by the way, I think was, or Paris as he's been going by in game, was just a tremendous pickup from them. I mean, people forget back in the days of Sigma when he was playing with Mad, he had one of the larger hero pools in the professional game. Really brings a huge variety of strats and playstyles to the table.
I really like Necroman as a player. I know he's like top 5, if not in the top 3 of ranked players in Europe. But when I was watching M5, he was the main reason why I really saw them as, you know, one of those CIS teams that could potentially topple teams like Empire. They were doing really well for themselves. Then they dropped PGG, brought in Screen, and they just started to, you know, build on this success, get stronger and stronger. But unfortunately, all of that fell apart. Now they've got a slightly different roster. But Necroman, I think he's found a really good squad of players here to build up some reputation and maybe make a name for themselves leading up into TI.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's... and I think it's an advantage to have a player that is a little bit new to the scene. Maybe other teams don't have as good a read on him yet, and surrounded by veterans that can play in a variety of play styles. Yeah, this is going to be a tough match for them, though. I really like this draft from Team Empire. These are all heroes that their 5 players have all had success with in this patch. You know, definitely the more current meta-y draft from Burden here. These are all 4 heroes that are just dominating the professional picks and bans right now. But Empire really knows how to roll with this lineup that they've picked.
Yeah, even though you mentioned Magnus could potentially be going off lane for Yoki, I just had it in my mind. It's going to be Resolution. It's going to be Resolution Magnus mid. But they're going to switch things up here, send Ember mid, PA safe lane, I'm assuming. Ember, though, he is really susceptible to all of this lockdown that Burden have. The last pick, Beastmaster especially.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think that the Beastmaster was a really good 5th pick. You've got a number of heroes on the Team Empire. So both the TA really and the Ember, very, very vulnerable to that single target lockdown that Beastmaster brings to the table. And don't forget also, Empire's gone with kind of a greedy draft. If you look at it, you know, the Earthshaker really does need that Blink Dagger to be effective. So BU probably feel a little bit more comfortable going with that Beastmaster as a 5th pick.
Where does he fit into this, though? We've seen CIS teams run it as like a 4 role. In Southeast Asia, the majority of the games that I watch have, especially teams like CSW, Beastmaster offlane has come back into fashion a little bit, but it's not really catching on that much in the West, it seems.
Well, so what you see a lot of times is teams that run a Batrider will sometimes pick another sort of offlane hero in the 4 position, because what Batrider's going to do anyway, he's going to go and get a couple of levels in that top lane, and then he's going to be transitioning into the jungle anyway, and the Beastmaster will go ahead and come up to that offlane, grab a little bit of experience, stack Ancients, and do almost what a Beastmaster would do in a 3-position role in a normal game.
Yeah, you're playing him basically like a 3.5.
Right.
So Empire, they're setting up their lanes to put Silent on the Ember Spirit up at top, and Resolution's playing mid PA. So PA up against the Sniper. I didn't really think about this. Ember Spirit is a hero, you know, that can potentially run up to a Sniper, get the Searing Chains and Flame Guard down, and dish out enough damage to kill him. But PA has that consistent long-range harass, and then the gap closer, so the Sniper is always under threat here. If Earthshaker lands one Fisher, Sniper, if he goes too close to the ramp, he could just die.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit harder now. It's significantly harder, I should say, to gank a sniper now than it was in the past with that spammable shrapnel. And, you know, you've heard me talk about shrapnel. I think that's one of the better skills in the game currently. But the long-range initiation of the Earthshaker, one of the few heroes that can really pressure sniper early consistently as a roaming support without getting himself into danger.
Soshka making a bit of a pest out of himself there. 5-5 Flurst and getting into that creep wave. Always want to fly, taking quite a bit of harass here. Silent, though, not leveling anything just yet. If he needs the Searing Chains, yeah, he can go for this. So Soshka has to be very wary of his positioning here. If he goes too far forward, Searing Chains in the middle of a creep wave could be the end of him.
Yeah, still, that was a pretty well-played exchange. You know, sensing that the Earthshaker wasn't too near his position, he could be a little bit more aggressive than he would be with the combination of the Dazzle and the Ember Spirit. And remember, Dazzle doesn't really have anything that can shut him down early. All the same, though, interesting that he feels like he has to give up on that lane already. And boy, oh, huge exchange here in the mid.
Yeah, look at how Resolution got there to, not really killing Necroman, but dropping him super low.
Wow.
The Earthshaker was getting close. Oh, Resolution. Caught on the wrong side of the river here. Is the Firefly. Is he dead? The Fisher doesn't hit Paris. Aloha Dance really tried to focus down on that sniper, so Solskjaer finds first blood somehow on Resolution, who he wanted to walk past the sniper, and then maybe draw him into a fight so the Earthshaker could land a good Fisher. He just wasn't expecting Batrider to be moving off the top lane.
And how would you? I mean, that is a very, very difficult thing to call right there. You kind of expect that when a Batrider gets forced out of lane early, that he's going to rotate toward the jungle and have his support stack for him. But, Paris making the most of that forced rotation, he didn't feel safe in that top lane, and going and getting the first blood mid, that's a huge start to the game for Burden.
My nuts. You got to be careful down here. Yoki is getting zoned out pretty heavily, though, with Come With Me joining the fray. He's going to try and TP out with the Wild Axes, Wild Axes. This is going to start getting difficult soon, because Whirling Axes on Troll and Wild Axes on Beastmaster both are WWWW.
Yeah, it's a tough thing for Magnus to deal with, that all those spammable abilities that they're going to have going in this bottom lane for him. And yeah, I mean, it looks like they might be able to make the most of this situation, even with Batrider getting forced out of the top lane a little bit earlier than is ideal.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Come With Me is doing a really good job here. They're setting up the entire jungle for this Batrider. So Solskjaer has already taken one large stack camp and some of a medium camp, and then he's got a full large stack camp over here as well that Come With Me is stacking even further.
Yeah, this is the power of the Radiant jungle. You just have so much more flexibility to sustain two semi-jungling or a jungling hero and two stacking supports early on. It's very, very difficult to do this on the Dire side.
What's the timing on this blink on Batrider going to be? Oh, so Come With Me is now heading up top to get some levels for himself. When this lane pushes back to the Dire
that's
tier
what
1,
I thought was going to happen.
Oh, he can't even pull the large camp though. A couple of sentries there going to be blocking that off, so he's not going to have the opportunity to keep the equilibrium where he wants it, closer to his tier 1.
But keep an eye here on Aloha Dance. He's not really been getting much done, standing at the Radiant Ancient camp, looking to put some pressure on the sniper. He gets pinged out here. They know about where he is, and he just hasn't been able to be effective yet in this game.
And Resolution is slowly but surely coming back into this. He's leading CS against the sniper just because, look, now long range harass, it doesn't seem like much right there, but with bottles to sustain that, it's 25 mana per cast. But if you're going to be casting it, multiple times over the course of a minute and a half, 2 minutes before the next rune spot, Sniper doesn't have a great HP pool.
He's also had to play very, very conservatively because they haven't had vision of Aloha Dance on Earthshaker, and Sniper really has to make, Earthshaker has had a huge influence on this mid lane despite the fact that he hasn't really made any big plays yet.
Yeah, the one observer ward at top got counter-warded up there by the Dazzle. Come With Me. It's going to get changed up here by Silent. The Flame Guard doing plenty of damage, yeah. Come With Me, there's no chance he's surviving through this. There's some TP up here, but my nuts? Are you sure this is the area you want to be in? Silent's getting hit down by the tower, but the Shadow Wave from Dazzle keeps him healthy. They might go for more here, as Fisher is coming off cooldown in a couple of seconds. If only Silent had level 6 or could close the gap with phase boots maybe. Yeah, they can't go for this. The TP that's coming in though, Come With Me once again wants to fight more. Well, that's just the aggression of Empire.
Yeah, he should get out just fine though.
Diving tower, backing off, diving tower.
No reason they shouldn't. You're going to see Necroman. You see already positioning himself a lot more aggressively now that he knows where the Earthshaker is on the map. But yeah, that was a really good exchange for them. Yeah, it's Silent with the 3 points in that Flame Guard. Yeah, the Vengeful Spirit stun. Just he doesn't really care.
But yeah, before this all kicked off, I was wondering on the timing of this blink on Bat, because sometimes if he gets a good jungle, it's 9-10 minutes. That's a fast blink dagger for a Batrider.
Goodness.
But look at it! Look at him! This is a freaking 6-minute blink dagger. Less than 6 minutes. Yeah. Mid lane though, Resolution going on a Necroman, the DD rune on that PA. Maybe getting a few lucky crits, but with a final dagger finishes him off. Back to Solskjaer though. What the hell?
That's that first blood. It is just so huge. You give a Batrider first blood on the enemy mid, and this is what happens. He's going to have that blink. He has that blink dagger before 6 minutes mark. This is one of the earliest blinks on bats in recent competitive play. And boy, Silent better watch out. Fly forced to spend the grave to keep him alive.
Those physical damage axes going straight through his flame guard.
Right.
Do you know, off the top of your head, Nahas, what is the fastest ever blink dagger on Batrider? I'm going to put you on the spot here just to see if you know, because I know.
Off the top, oh really? Off the top,
No.
It's going to be about 4.5, I believe.
Is it really?
And yeah, I think so. I think there's been one that was just ridiculous early. Why? What were you thinking about?
I was joking. I've got no idea.
Oh, okay. You had me going there, Dirk. You had me going. Now I want to say it's like 4.5. I'm sure that one of the standard deviants. Shout out to those guys. Will tweet it at me or type it into Twitch chat.
Well, here comes the debut. Soshka jumping straight onto resolution. They might need another magic missile. No, just finish him off with right clicks.
Yeah, that one kill mid, and then his decision to go ahead and rotate into the jungle, and he's been jungling very efficiently. Gotten a little bit of luck with his camps, right? None of those mud golems, but still, he's had a really good time, and that's just those 2 kills early on in the match on Resolution's PA. You saw how badly he was dominating initially against Necroman, and that advantage is basically gone.
Yeah, it's definitely waning now, but. You just do not expect that Batrider to suddenly blink on you, lasso you 6 minutes into the game. So PA, you can't put that on resolution. That's just down to this timing being completely out of left field. Sing Sing,
absolutely.
Sing with the Helmet Dominator heading into the jungle now, and this is one of the reasons I really like Troll overall as a hero. You know, his concept is really interesting. The fact he can switch from melee to ranged. But if you get lifesteal on him, he's a safe lane farmer that can just go straight into the jungle, but...
Nice Fisher block, he's dead.
Yeah, Aloha Dance catches the Fisher. Yoki gonna skewer him, hopefully not back over the Fisher, but they managed to find the kill there with ES taking the last hit. But that was 2 or 3 men moving down to bot lane.
Yeah, it's still though that's worth it for sure. That's a really important kill for them. Troll, a hero that you really have to play Troll from ahead to be effective. The one weakness of Troll, a little bit like CK in that he doesn't have any kind of a flash farm mechanic. So if you fall behind on a Troll, it can be very, very difficult to come back. So that's a really important kill at this point in the game, especially given that their Phantom Assassin has eaten a couple early deaths.
Oh man. I don't know if they have this large, or they had this large camp stacked, but Silent just used all of his remnants to jump into a camp that's completely empty. I know there's a sentry there now that's been put down by Come With Me to block it up, but it looked like Silent wanted to farm the jungle between farming lane creeps, and unfortunately just bust all of his mana. Oh yeah, Radiant Jungle, Aloha Dance caught out by Paris, throw down the Fisher, but the Firefly, more than enough magic damage to actually finish off that poor little ES.
Boy, and Batrider not a hero. It just seems like I say this all the time with Saskia, that Batrider not a hero that I've seen him play a lot, but I mean, I've never seen him look uncomfortable on a hero, which to me is really, really impressive.
Yeah, but even before he was on Sigma, I can't remember the names of the teams he was on, but you know, playing with Funzy, but before MTW even, when he was playing with Cinderin. Yeah, there was Quantic and all that. He was playing Lone Druid, he was playing Storm Spirit. He just played every single hero. And they would always switch it up with Funzy and him, switching Lone Druid and Wind Ranger. You never knew where one of them was going to come from.
Yeah, and it's a big advantage in the draft nowadays to have something like that, because like you say, you got a player in Necroman that other teams don't know as well. You got a player in Sing Sing that himself has a very diverse hero pool. You add in Sakshka in the mix, and there are a lot of looks that they can throw at you, even with the same 5 heroes.
Batrider currently leading the net worth here with 4,100 gold. He's going straight into Force Staff, like screw Bottle, forget Tranquil Boots. I may as well just go straight Blink Force, and that's gonna be a massive, massive deal coming in. Like, it's just hit 10 minutes. This is when Ember Spirit is, you know, starting to wane a little bit. Level 8, sure, he's pretty strong if he's going hunting kills, but how much do you expect Silent to leave this lane and actually move around the map?
Well, the rest of his team right now isn't positioned to get him those kills. That's the big issue, is that Resolution, he's not bad, but he's a little bit behind on the PA. You know, Aloha Dance has really taken one for the team. He's finally got his soul ring up on the Earthshaker. Yoki is level 8, but again, only about less than halfway to the blink on the Magnus. The rest of his team is not really ready to create those opportunities. Here's the roar
to Silent and the lasso. They're going to try and keep Silent alive, but always want to fly. He's kept away from that grave, and Silent's going to get ripped apart here. Gets the magic stick charges and remnants across, though. Come with me. It's going to be the second one to fall, but Resolution can't escape from this one. So they don't get Silent, but they get the PA and Dazzle. Only for the Beastmaster, who's, basically a support in this game.
Boy, oh boy. And you know what? In retrospect, you got to wonder if you wouldn't rather they have gotten Silent, because he's getting something early on, whereas the PA has really fallen behind the top two farmers. I mean, the sniper's almost caught up in CS.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations.
Here's Sing Sing, though, soloing Roshan on the troll. So space created, guys.
Of course. But it's definitely one of those things when, sometimes you see a Vengeful Spirit go like 0-8 in the first 10 minutes. When possibly they could have gone and utilized their spells or, used their time a little better on finding a kill on one of the cores. Killing that Vengeful Spirit over and over again until she's 0-15 isn't as worthwhile as getting one kill on someone like Silent. But in one of those situations at like the fight at top, it's really difficult because you're stopping the grave from coming out on the Dazzle.
The swap!
Man.
Yoki might die here.
He's got RP, can't get it off though. He tried, but the shrapnel doing that little too much damage.
Boy, these top lane exchanges have just been huge for Burden. Very nicely executed there. Oh, and here comes Paris looking in the bottom lane, just waiting for somebody to try and TP in.
He's hasted up.
Yeah, forget this tower.
So, what were the odds on Dota 2 Lounge? Because it was like 80-20 or something to Empire?
6-14. Man, which works out to about a 71% chance for Empire to win each individual game, which, is probably about right, but it did seem a little bit high to me. I said that in the chat. And by the way, shout out to chat. Somebody already brought up Sakshka stunning the boar at TI-30. I was wondering how long it would be.
Well, Sakshka's going to get caught out here. Yeah. Silent and Aloha Dance fighting him in the jungle. Yeah, I completely forgot. Was that the qualifier? That was the qualifiers, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it was such a huge play, too. The Stormhammer onto the boar. I actually really do like Sakshka as a player, though.
But then you always get remembered for that one thing that everybody...
Yeah, the one play.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's all anybody remembers about the Super Bowl is Pete Carroll calling for a pass.
Silent caught out by Minot, but the Fisher actually looks come with me, and they can't get the roar down. It looks like Silent is free to just jump over the cliff. So he gets himself over the ravine, and... Burden. Sing Sing hasn't really made an opening in this game. He's been sitting bot farming, goes into the Roche pit and takes that alone, but his presence hasn't been felt outside of his ultimate.
Yeah, but he's doing what he needs to do, right? He's got his Helm Dominator and Yasha up before the 15-minute mark. I mean, this is what you need your Troll Warlord to do, because again, if he ever falls behind in farm, it's very difficult for him to catch up. I would much rather have my Troll farming for the first 15 minutes.
I think they've got to be really scared about Yoki. Does he sell a branch here to get it? No, he's just going to wait for Blink. Oh.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to get that Blink Dagger, and he's about 5 gold away from it.
If that was like 3 or 4 seconds earlier, I feel if he had sold one of the branches and gone to defend mid, get a big RP off, and they don't expect the Blink Dagger. But now he's got Invis and a Blink, with no vision from Burden spotting him out either.
Again, though, it really does matter that the PA is just nowhere near ready. I mean, she's got her Yasha recipe, still a couple hundred gold off of finishing that item. She's not really ready to fight yet. And so Yoki is a little bit limited in how aggressive he can be, even with the Invis rune. He's going to try for the RP here, presumably.
Oh, the sentry.
Oh, no!
Just in range, still swap as well. Assassinate now. Cancelled, actually, so they can get some more headshot procs down. He was literally just in range of that sentry on the very edge, and Minots with the reaction times to swap him back in. Now Paris finds Aloha down, so let's get dragged back into the fray as the wild axes are thrown out, and Sing Sing joining battle. Getting a kill along with Come With Me on that Beastmaster.
I saw that sentry, but I thought he was safely away. The mini stun, though. No TP for you, buddy.
3 kills out of nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And this is Burden just taking it to Empire with a lineup that, I mean, that they are super, super comfortable with. I mean, they haven't lost with Fly's Dazzle in this patch.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they get the fish onto Sing Sing. They're going to take one of his lives. No? Or not?
Come on.
Seriously? Silent's like, screw you guys. I'm going to go and finish him off myself then. Can they kill him again? They've got RP on Yoki. Do they just solo RP? Well, they screw him back into the midst of things. No need for the reverse polarity.
They'll let Sing fall, and it's one of those, people talk about Enigma all the time, that the threat of the black hole can be as significant as the black hole itself. That's the threat of the RP right there.
Yeah, Necroman was like, well, I'm going to leave you, Sing Sing. You have a good time with your friends over there. Now, Yoki, I was going to bring this up earlier. Just stay with Skewer level 3 and start getting that Empower up. Because you've mentioned that PA is, a little bit behind in item progression. But Empower is such a great skill. With both Ember Spirit and PA. Just pump up that damage. And RP on 2 people can result in an almost insta-kill on both of them.
Yeah, and as concerned as I've been with Resolution's PA, Necroman's Sniper is not doing all that well himself. Just with the 2 Wraith Brands and the Yasha, he's actually trailing Resolution's PA in net worth. So the influence of that Earthshaker being felt even now, even though he didn't really end up making kills at the mid lane, the pressure that he put on Sniper's early CS is making it so that Necroman is having to go and farm lanes away from his team to try and catch up.
So where do we see this going now for Empire? Because they know they're slightly behind, but 16 minutes in and you're down about 5,000 net worth overall and 2,500 experience. They can't feel like they're down and out. They've got heroes which scale incredibly well. Basically unknown. Burden United. Every time I see BU, I think basically unknown. Burden United, they've got a decent scaling support. They've got 2 great late game disables in the Lasso and Raw. Oh man. The Weave's thrown down. The plus armor here on Empire should be enough to just, deter Burden from engaging or not. Soldier's looking for a lasso here. Finds Silent. They're going to throw down the Roar as well. Come with me. He's actually going forward to try and find someone else. Grave onto Silent and he remnants away. He's managed to find himself behind enemy lines. Assassinate's thrown down. Dodges it. Oh, Silent with the remnants. Well, the rest of the team.
Way overly aggressive by Come With Me there. They could have had that kill onto Silent if he'd roared after the lasso.
Yeah. He was running all the way here, just pushing Empire back, but Silent is the guy they need to kill, because right now he's regenning up. He's looking to re-engage.
He's empowered, he's bottle charged, just faded. But
he catches Venjan Troll, Yoki has RP. If he gets his blink off cooldown and finds a couple of heroes, Soshka Fireflied up, but they're all running back to their tier 2 tower.
Boy, I still feel like that was a very, very winnable fight for Burden if they'd have just taken the kill onto Silent early. And now that's going to be, that might be a T2 tower. All right, Empire is going to go ahead and back off here. Yeah, I mean, you were mentioning the state of the game right now with obviously some of that Burden gold lead being cut into after that last fight. They're up by about 3K, and they need to be up right now. That's kind of the problem, is that Empire's cores are heroes that can very, very easily catch up, especially when you throw in that Empower. That Magnus can give to the PA.
Yeah, definitely. What does PA have right now? Sanjin Yasha? No. Yasha into Helm of the Dominator. So she's got that lifesteal plus the plenty of agility that she's got. I fully agree with you. Burden have, I was trying to make this point before everything kicked off. It's one of those things I have.
Sock's going to eat a death up here. That was a little bit odd. Walking sort of alone through the enemy jungle, looking for maybe a pick-off on Silent, but I'm not sure he could kill Silent even by himself.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Even though the Radiant have Raw, have Lasso, and the Sniper Troll combination, I'm not sure that they don't have one of those heroes that can sustain them through team fights. They don't have a heal, there's no mech, there is no utility hero here. You can't look at Come With Me and see the Vlads and wonder, well, if you had gone mech, would this be any different? Could you heal yourself through an RP, through the crits and AoE of Empire?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think a lot of this is just going to come down to flat-out Sniper's damage. Because if Sniper can somehow catch up on farm, build enough damage out of him, he's going to go Manta here, which really tells you that he's not feeling safe in this match. He really needs damage in order to maximize the effectiveness of those single-target lockdowns that they have. If this Sniper can't build damage here in the next 10 minutes of this match, I think they're going to be in a lot of trouble, because Empire's damage output is just eventually going to win out.
Yeah, they're going to have to start relying on this Beastmaster giving so much more vision. Like, he's doing a decent job right now, watching what's going on, where the creep wave's pushing, and seeing somewhat what Empire's doing and moving around, but...
I mean, the vision is going to be really critical for them for different reasons here. I mean, they don't necessarily have that great split pushing lineup. They need to win a fight. This is a team that really badly needs to win a fight and then take objectives afterward. And, I mean, they can get pickoffs, true. But, again, it's going to be hard for them without at least one of the Sniper and Troll there. And those are heroes that still need to do their farming at this point.
Well, at this point, Burden are going to try and defend their tier 1 tower at top. Firefly's laying down by Soshka, so they'll keep this one safe for now. Aggressive wards in the jungle are needed, I feel, for Burden. If they do move in there with Troll and Batrider, plus maybe Beastmaster as well, get some vision down with the Hawk initially, but you need to get observers down there for the permanent or semi-permanent vision. So you know where Empire are moving and farming. You can see what PA is coming out with, because if PA and Ember Spirit, one of them gets a brand new item, like the Battle Fury gets completed, or something shiny is brought out on a courier, you need to know what's coming.
Yeah, and really to them, I think this is the correct decision. They're thinking about 5-manning right here, and they know PA already has her Yasha and Helm complete. She's going to have a BKB here within the next 5 or 6 minutes, and that's when they're going to be in danger if they haven't gotten something done by then, because PA can fight just fine with those 3 items. And again, it's going to be really hard. Even if this game stays passive, it's going to be really hard for them to keep up with the two top cores of Empire and Farm.
Oh man, Roshan's respawning soon. Burden have a wolf in there, so they know when it's going to be coming up, but if Empire kills that and remove their vision, Roshan is something that Burden United need. It's not something that they would like, it's something that they actually need to win team fights, I feel. Because, if Sniper gets jumped on, he's got no BKB, he's got no way of surviving through the crits of PA from an RP. They don't have... I guess they've got Swap from the Vengeful Spirit, but if you rely entirely on that to keep your main DPS hero alive, there's something seriously wrong.
But look at Sing Sing TPing back. They know what's going on here. They know that they need to somehow get a pick off here, or they're going to have there's going to be a 5v fight, a 5 fight around the next Roshan, and if they haven't gotten a pick off earlier than that, they could be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, Soshka is going forth, but Silent smells it. Remnant's back and power given to him now as well. I think Empire, they turn on this. If only they had a smoke or something. Smoke up after backing off that little bit, and then go straight up into a fight. Because then you catch Burden in a position where they've grouped up, they're trying to, find a path back into this. And then you land a big RP. Echo Slam, oh man, Aloha Dance is nearly level 11. With level 2 Echo Slam on top of the RP, this could be Empire cruising to a victory.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tough next couple of minutes for Burden, because they need to find a way to get one of Empire out in the open, and there's really nothing that they have right now that can discourage Empire from 5-manning.
They're going to clear this Ancient Stack and smoke up. Or not? Dazzle has a smoke. I'm really surprised that they just don't use it. Hawk does go out to scout out Roshan. No one's attempting it. Do they see them?
I don't mind being careful. I don't mind being a little careful here, because remember, I really do feel like, oh God, worst pun ever. The burden is on Burden to come to them.
The onus is on Burden, yeah?
There you go. Thank you, Durka. The onus is on Burden, my very own thesaurus, folks, to come to them. They are eventually going to win here on economy.
Well, they're having to farm up their own jungle as basically 3 or 4. Come With Me takes one camp, Troll takes another, and Sniper tries to take mid lane, but this isn't the most efficient way of doing things.
No.
Bird didn't even buy a couple of smokes themselves, but we might even see a 5 versus 5 smoke into smoke gang here.
Yeah, I think so. I think that both teams feeling a little bit of urgency. Again, Burden the greater of the two. But boy, I am a little bit surprised. Does Resolution have the BKB yet? No, with Resolution only about 600-700 gold still away from the BKB. They're going to go ahead and smoke into Roche. And boy, no. Is Burden going to sniff this out?
There's a satyr there.
Oh, goodness.
They've got a little satyr, the Mind Stealer. He's watching what's going on. He knows what's happening.
And they abandoned... Wow, that Satyr MVP.
Yeah.
The Satyr in the Roche pit, wow, by itself forces Empire back. What a play. Huh.
Well, they can't give vision. It's kind of like when we used to see a lot of Nature's Prophet on the Radiant side, and you just sent one of the treants in there. A dire Lycan would be like, ah, shit. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to wait for it to expire. I've got to try and buy another smoke and run it. Oh, Aloha Dance. They're going in to try and kill this Satyr Mind Stealer. But Burden are getting ready. They're preparing. Do we have a TP on Soxka? Yeah. He's going down in this bot here too. He is the one that they really need.
They're going to have to play this so well, though. The counter initiation coming out of Empire is so strong.
Oh, and Invis on Silent. They've got plenty of sentries around, though.
And look how quickly Roshan down to half health already.
Minot still has a couple of smokes.
Sachka maybe about to take a chance here.
PA with that blink.
Nice blink.
Straight back onto Dazzle. So Burden do smoke, but they don't have their Batrider with them.
And another smoke pop by Empire in the mid lane. They're going to go here. Look at this.
Sing Sing. He's waiting. He knows things could go really badly here. Empire on the ramp just waiting. The Hawk is going to scout them out if they get too close to these heroes, though. Sing Sing has started hitting Roshan. Down to half HP. Oh, man. Silent. Throw a Remnant in. Throw something. You need vision into that pit right now. Well, they throw the Sleight of Fist, so they know what's going on. Now the Fisher. Oh, man. Are they going to steal it? No. Sing Sing does manage to get Aegis Immortal. Lasso, though. Silence caught out, and now the Roar. Where is it? Where's Come With Me? Doesn't even need it as Necroman gets that last little pellet into his face. Resolution running with the help of Lohan Huntress blinking back. Assassinate's not quite going to finish him off, especially when he blinks away to dodge it.
Yeah, nice disjoint. But still, that's a huge objective there for that's what they needed to do. They needed to take some kind of an objective just so this Empire team couldn't feel free to roam around the map. And Silent right now, it would have been nice to kill Resolution, even though his BKB is just now finished. But Silent right now is not a bad consolation prize, keeping him off the map with that Battle Fury.
Oh, definitely not. We still haven't seen, you know, a big opportunity for Yoki to get the RP down.
Boy.
I think Burden here have been playing exceptionally well. I think it comes down to Come With Me. His vision from the Hawk has been really good, but also his movements in team fights. He's always making sure that him and Venge are fully split off from the rest of the team. Sniper, obviously, you expect to be right at the back, getting those right clicks down from quite a distance. But Come With Me and Minots, their positioning has been exceptional in these engagements. Minots behind the Sniper, really ready for the swap, and then Come With Me has been playing forward into the enemy to try and deter them with the Roar.
Yeah, I thought it was a mistake in the one fight bottom lane when he could have had a kill on Silent, but you're right. With the exception of that, I think these supports have done a really good job of controlling the fight, and that's no mean feat. I mean, it's not like you're a Magnus or an Earthshaker that just can threaten the enemy team off with these huge AoE abilities. Your positioning has to be that much more precise, and your targeting priority, your communication with your team has to be really good with a team that's relying primarily on single target lockdown. But so far, Burden has pulled it off and really showing the veteran composition of their roster.
Well, how often have we seen a Roar from Come With Me? We've seen it, what, twice? He's had this off cooldown for so long now. It's like we were saying with the RP, just the threat of it there is forcing Resolution to blink back onto the Dazzle, back onto the Earthshaker to try and escape from it. They don't want to get locked down when they know that Silent has been lassoed up and dragged back into a fight, and Roar is still there available. The two cores they have, we were talking about how strong they scale into the late game and how good they are right now, but if one of them dies instantly in a fight and there's still that one single target lockdown available for Burden, you don't want to go in, because both of them go through BKBs.
It's still a little bit unusual because, you know, Empire is playing a little bit scared, and that's just not something that we've seen from them this patch. This team has been incredibly aggressive. I mean, they're the top team in kills per 35 minutes. They're the top team in assists per 35 minutes in this patch. I mean, nobody else is even close. And to see them just play a little bit hesitantly, oh my goodness.
Is that Sing Sing? Of course, yeah. Why did I even ask? Of course it's Sing Sing spamming the pings.
Do you even need to ask?
Where did this question come from? My brain should have answered it on its own.
Wow,
so Come With Me is AFK.
Indeed. Yeah, by the way, I also really like the Vlad's pickup on the Beastmaster. I think that's a really, really good item choice. I mean, it's a little bit unconventional. I mean, ordinarily you'd see that Beastmaster think about the Blink Dagger, you'd see him think about the early Aghanims, but I really, really like that Vlad's. Again, going into how you say they've been approaching these fights where Beastmaster's kind of been just in and around the action, trying to zone things out for the sniper to do his damage. That aura from the Vlads just helps everybody that much more.
Yeah, I was wondering why no one on Burden went for a mech. Because they are starting to just run into these fights, but they don't really have a hero outside of Sing Sing on this troll. Sometimes in like Southeast Asian Dota, we've seen Vlad's on troll because you go Basilius, Morbid Mask, and then you kind of think, well, I may as well finish it off into a Vlad instead of Helm of the Dominator. But these creeps from Sing Sing, Dominator was 100% worth the value.
Yeah, I mean, mech has fallen off just a little bit as an item, just because it kind of got a double nerf with the mana cost increase and the fact that the average game length is just a little bit longer now. I mean, mech really does fall off pretty hard as an item after about 30-35 minutes. So you're just not seeing as much, also with the tower bounties being reduced, you're just not seeing as many teams go mech as that real primary support item anymore, although certainly you see it picked up a lot still.
Yeah, with the large amount of kills that we see now in games, Earn is incredibly important for support.
Oh gosh, Earn,
it's so cost effective, just pick it up with a couple of, incremental item build up. What more could you ask for as a support? And then things like Medallion with the minus armor. Going back to what you said in the lasso, Soshka is found silent. Do you have a secondary roar? Nope. Not quite there. You've got to land that roar before lasso ends, or else Silent's just going to be, see ya, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, come with me, once again, playing pretty greedy with his roars in this match, but I think you said it earlier when you mentioned that he was really zoning people out very nicely with the threat of the roar. So I don't mind him holding on to it so much if he's going to make good use of his zoning with his hero.
I think one of the fears is...
And they're going to come right back and try and protect this mid lane too. No fear, roar right onto Yoki.
And then? They've got no follow-up, so he doesn't throw the roar down onto Silent. I was going to bring up the point that since Lasso is down, if they get then re-engaged upon by... Resolution and Silent, and there are those two cores jumping at you. Which one do you actually roar? Sing has found always want to fly. The magic missile perfectly timed to stop the Dazzle from graving, healing, anything. And Silent has to really back up here behind the tier 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, it really depends on whether the Ember has Flame Guard up. I mean, if you can ever catch Ember with his Flame Guard down, you roar him all day, every day. But otherwise, you got to think pretty carefully, because if Resolution gets his BKB off, or if Silent has his Flame Guard up before the roar hits, I'm not sure that they can finish either of them off without some kind of secondary disable. Wow.
Searing chains from Silent. That must have been super. Oh, the RP. Yoki's found two of them. Empowered Resolution now, ripping them apart. Sing is going to be the second to fall with a 1,160 crit. Resolution is happy with this. Just bail out. You've killed Lohanans. Echo slams the ground. He's pretty pissed off at something, and I'm not sure what.
Whoa, Echo slam? Yeah, and with that, Burdener forced back. I wonder, they had to see that Echo.
Was it Shrapnel that cancelled it? I guess it was Shrapnel cancelling his blink.
It canceled the blink, yeah,
I saw the animation there, but it's slight,
well,
like the actual damage comes slightly outside of it.
Cap has made this point a couple times. Shrapnel is 450 radius. It's actually the same. It's the same radius of damage in which it provides vision, and the animation is a bit misleading. The animation is not nearly 450 radius, so you do have to be. I've seen a number of Blink heroes get caught by that. It is kind of deceptive.
I can't remember. There was a game about 2 or 3 weeks ago where an Earthshaker did this 3 times in a row because of Shrapnel. They were trying to defend Roshan, and every single time, Shrapnel would go down near the Ancients. Earthshaker would be, okay, I'm going to blink. Ah, crap! I just used Echo Slam on nothing. Yeah, you're very right. They have to be incredibly careful. Empower. Charged up now in Resolution. He finds a dagger down onto Soxka. Can they close the gap, though? Yes? Holy shit.
Oh, hell.
Really? Resolution with a double crit there. He did like 2,000 damage.
And a little bit weird, right after we talk about Come With Me kind of holding on to his roars, being a little bit greedy with that ability, you see him use it twice on lone heroes when there's really nobody from his team to back him up. He's got the DD rune, but didn't have any of his teammates in position.
Yeah, you must feel now the burden. Oh, it's Troll Warlord finds a kill on the lower dance there. Axis gave them the vision as well as the Hawk, obviously. But I don't know, do Burden feel like the game is slipping out of their hands now? BKB charge used just then by Sing to get a solo support kill.
Yeah, it really is going to, Sniper almost has his Scotty up here, but still, it's kind of the weakness of the Manta Scotty opening on Sniper. He still doesn't have that tremendous amount of damage.
And Yoki with Blink 4 staff, 2,000 gold. BKB or I guess BKB is not that great against Roar and Lasso. Lincoln's, I don't think you really need it as Magnus, who's going to be sitting in the fog. Refresh just straight up.
BKB is still pretty good against Roar and Lasso because, again, where's the damage going to come from that kills you? during
Firefly.
those BKB piercing disables, right? I mean, Sniper and Troll Sniper going for kind of a light damage build. I mean, Sing Sing has been forced him to go into BKB. He is going to go MKB next, but wow. Resolution has caught up to Sing Sing in net worth, and this is going to be a problem because Sing Sing will die quickly in this next fight with the MKB on the Phantom Assassin of Resolution.
Soxka heading over to the secret shop. Who do they
revealed.
find? The Weaver's thrown out to try and give some vision. Also reduce. Oh, Necroman, no. He turns back around, dodges the dagger with Manta Star, so he'll at least survive that. But Soxka now stunned up. Lasso still off cooldown, so they might try and re-engage here as Sing Sing is running in. Looking for Silent, but Empire just back up.
Oh, man, there you go. Wow.
What was this?
That was a weird, and neither of the big AoE ultimates by Empire used. They just couldn't quite get a sense of where BU was to feel confident initiating.
Look at the shrapnel on the choke point. It's so good at slowing down the approach. Come with me. Gets the raw into Resolution. He's popped his BKB, but the physical damage from Sing Sing slowly but surely taking away his life points. The RP though, 1 to 3, skewers them back. Necroman now caught in a pretty rough spot as the lower hideout slams him into the ground with a... Oh. Did Resolution just get swapped there by Minuts?
Man. Look at this troll. Sing Sing just no fear right into him there. I thought they were going to lose that fight. I thought Burden was going to lose that fight for sure. But very nice positioning. Man.
I guess the fact that Sing Sing didn't get caught by RP or Skewer or Fisher, none of the actual lockdown abilities from Empire did anything to him. So he was stood there. I'm pretty sure he used Battle Trance like twice over the past minute.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got his BKB up, which is a little bit ridiculous. If you think about the magnitude of the team fight that just happened and the number of AoE abilities on Empire's side. Right, Sing wasn't even forced to pop his BKB, which is just ridiculous. And now sitting on almost 3,500 gold. You know, we were talking about Resolution being ahead, finishing that MKB a little bit early. Well, guess what? By the time Resolution respawns, Sing's gonna have it of his own, and there it is.
Minuts with the DD. Where are you heading, buddy? Roshan is going to be attempted to be scattered out by this little Ogre Frost Mage. But there's another, 2 minutes or so until the big guy's back. Empire, though, they've got time on their side. They've still got the chance to take this. Gem on Beastmaster will allow Burden United to control the map vision. So that means they'll have the Hawk and Observer Wards out while Empire won't.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit difficult then for Empire because they rely on so much aggressive vision to get those initiations with, Magnus, Earthshaker. Defensive vision isn't really what they want because they've got one tier 2 tower left. If Burden are going to be playing aggressively, it's going to be to their base.
Yeah, I'm still going to go back to, though, I think the Sniper's next item timing is going to be really key. If he can get the next damage item up in the next 5 minutes or so, I think that they're going to be in really, really good shape. But they desperately need his damage right now. Sing Sing alone is not going to be able to carry fights like he did in that last engagement in another 5-10 minutes when the Ember and the PA. I mean, Ember's got his Battle Fury Daedalus up now. And here, a little posturing around the Roche pit. Still got about another minute to go until the spawn.
Soshka, did he see that? He must have done. Fireflies used, shrapnel thrown down. They saw a glimpse of a low down. Sing Sing runs in with the BKB. Resolution now caught on the wrong side of that. Doesn't get his BKB off. Lassoed and held in place. Grave does go down from Always Wanna Fly, but Resolution cannot survive through this. He blinks forward to try and do some damage to lifesteal back. But they're just losing heroes left and right.
Boy, 2 gigantic misplays from Empire in that fight. A little bit awkward RP there by Yoki. And again, he's been one of the best RPers in this patch. And then Resolution dies with his BKB still up. And BU is going to be able to take at least, well, I don't know. The lanes are not quite as in their favor as I thought. I was thinking they'd be able to take at least one set of racks off of this, but Empire still should be able to get back in there. No, PA still 260 short of buyback, and wow, Emperor is nowhere close.
Aloha Down's gonna get sniped. He was trying to hold back the creep wave there with a Fisher. I think this may be tier 3 in melee. They can go for range racks for sure. Full lane of racks, and then guess what? Roshan respawned about 10-20 seconds ago. I didn't want to continue here, though.
I thought that Empire's cores might have buyback, but they did not.
No buybacks.
Yeah.
2 lanes of racks. Empire can still come back from this, though, with the double empowered Angie carries. They've got the capability to push back creep waves. But Burden now actually turning their lead into some quantifiable advantage.
And you're seeing right now why in very high ranked pubs this match, Troll and Sniper are both in the top 5 most picked, and they're number 6 and 7 in overall win percentage. This combination of heroes, if they win a fight at any point, the number of objectives that they can take in the aftermath of that fight is just so scary. You really have so little room for error against this combination.
Are they really trying to go on to come with me here? Force-staffs himself back into the river, and Resolution can't close the gap. Oh, man. Okay. I thought Yoki could get in there with his Shadow Blade. Sing. Pops his BKB, runs straight into Resolution. MKB is now up on this Troll Warlord, and the PA's dragged back. The good Grave from always on a fly, but again, he cannot survive through this. He blinks back onto Sing, and then lifesteals a little bit more to... Oh, the RP. Yoki catches 4 of them, drags them back. Where's the Echo Slam? Although Hanas doesn't have it. Did he echo the ground again? Did he echo the ground again?
And once again, Resolution pops his BKB a split second before he dies. He was shallow grave down to like 1 HP before he used his BKB. That's 2 straight fights.
Well, that's a quick and easy Roshan, and with no buybacks up on Empire, you've got to really question, when do they call GG?
Yeah, this is about it. This is really, really surprising. Empire have just not made mistakes like this so far in this patch. This is one of the only games I've seen where they've made substantial misplays in a couple straight fights. I mean, certainly give all the credit in the world to Burden, because this is a difficult Empire lineup to play against, feeling like you have to force the action. But they have forced the action, and Empire have not responded properly.
Yoki has RP back off cooled. Yeah.
There you go.
Good game is called.
Awesome.
Wow.
14% odds on Dota 2 Lounge, folks. You are 1 game away from taking some rares.
Well, that's game 1 of this 2-game series taken by Burden United up against Team Empire. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with game number 2 to see what actually happens. Is it going to be a 1-1? Can Burden 2-0 Empire? Stay tuned and find out.